Hello, everybody. I'm somewhere in Alabama, and I'm still on 65, but I pulled off the road. I'm in Alabama, but I was thinking I stopped here and took off the long john shirts and all those shirts I had on for that cold weather, and I started thinking, and I says, uh, the idea is to get vehicles from Copart.com and outfit them uh, as cheaply as possible. And I was thinking air conditioning, and I said that whenever uh, you get a car or a truck or something from Copart, you have to find somewhere on the undercarriage where you can go to Walmart and get a $150 brand new air conditioner and mount it on the undercarriage somewhere underneath the car. And then you have to have some kind of cowling that goes over the front of the air conditioner to a pipe that will hook up to your air conditioning venting in the front of the car. And we would need a garage for someone to do that and do it cheaply. Uh, Someone who could specialize in it, and that would be someone uh, in the families or in the homeless, the homeless people, and in return for working in there uh, every once in a while, whenever those cars would come in, they would have room and board uh, somewhere on those properties. Now, those properties are commercial lots that are purchased on the tax sale lists of different cities, uh, and they're commercial properties, so you can get rent-to-own sheds and put those on the properties. And then there's a video on there on my channel there that talks about how to place these sheds all in a circle so that you can have a house that is a decent sized house that is modeled after the Greek and Roman villa style houses, where they had an open area in the center of the rooms, which we would be using sheds, and we'd build that or put those in there. You can get used sheds real cheap on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist, but you would need a trailer from Copart.com and a vehicle with a hitch, and of course the lot to put it on. And then once you had those two vehicles, which were a was a were a truck or a car with a hitch and a trailer, then you could move things. You can have a business for moving. You have a landscape business where you go on Facebook Marketplace and buy old mowers and different things on Facebook or Craigslist and add it to your trailer business. And then when you had time to buy all those sheds, you would convert the sheds to either enclose the trailer or as a garage for the trailer. And you would have all your tools there, and then you would incorporate the trailer with all the tools on it, with a inventory list of what is on the trailer, and then rent out that trailer to whoever you wanted to, where you wouldn't have to do the work, but you would still get income from that business no matter where you were in the country. And then you would have an office for that lot, either a shed or something, and people who travel would stay in that house that was formed after, or modeled after the Greek and Roman whatever, and they would stay there and run all of those, make, hold the manager position for all of those businesses for whatever period of time they wanted to stay in that area. And then, of course, with that lot, so that you don't have to mow the grass, keep the maintenance low, you would put a garden wall all around that property. And there's those square things. They're 16-inch by 16-inch, and you just fill them with cement, and then you put in, they're patterned tiles. They're on YouTube. But you'd get a cement mixer. I've got the cement bucket cement mixer on my channel on how to build those. And you would get somebody who's in the family, or, and you would pay them to concrete the entire lot before you put all of those sheds on it, so that you wouldn't have to do any yard work with that lot, and you're set in one area. So that was the idea, and you'd have all of the businesses in there that it could handle, and if you needed more, you could get another tax sale lot. So that was the idea there that I had a long time ago, but that was for near the forests. See, because I would really like the peace and serenity of that area. And if you got a commercial lot in a tax sale, or you got a tax sale lot and someone to change the zoning of that lot, which would be a vacant lot, it'd be 100 or 200, I don't know, just buy it on the tax sale list. And then if after you put the garden wall around it, or whatever kind of wall you want around that property, how you enclose it, the property, so it's nice and shady without any trees. All your ideas are on YouTube. That's going to show you how to do that. But you could get a lawyer who does pro bono, who could handle all of that stuff of changing the zoning, and doing all that work for you, and it would be for the family, and it would work through the local NOW organization. Now, if you want to go to NOW, do not go to the NOW website. Try to find a lawyer or something. And I'm not trying to push too much work onto a particular lawyer in Florida. I'm saying, you got a celebrity host who really needs these things, like lawyers and people to make sure that they are okay. A celebrity host staff, where you could work through their website and be, they're going to be in the business for the rest of their lives. They need people to help them. They need people to rely on them, and they need people they can trust. And in order to trust them, they have to have a contract. They have to have, they have to have something on you, and you have to have something on them. And so there's your cohabitation agreement. There's your contract, and you're legally obligated. And now all you need is a fair and decent court, which would be your local diocese. And the key to all of that is that no devil's government or no arbitrary government anywhere in the United States, we're going to limit ourselves to the United States right now, but no devil's government can disenfranchise any God's government. And we are assuming that we are Catholic, And according to the Catholic principles, a Catholic father is a representation of God, and that is the ultimate authority with us. And they are the ones that interpret things for us. And so that God, whatever it is, however you see it, particularly yourself, you cannot be disenfranchised by any devil's government. And the devil's government is a government of domination, absolute domination, and you are covered under the First Amendment, legally binding to any government in this country, which of course wants to dominate you and your actions. And what you have in your favor is the salvation of Christ, which is John chapter 3 verse 10. And that's the argument for your lawyer to look at, okay? Or the celebrity host's lawyer. And then in getting in touch with the celebrity host, the idea was an official website for that celebrity, and that is a very difficult thing to work out. So let's wait for the celebrity to tempt us to come to their website, or work that out in some other way, and we'll figure out what to do. But anyway, the air conditioner goes under the car or truck. It bolts onto the frame, and there's a pipe that goes to your air conditioning duct. And so when your air conditioning goes out, it's $150 and not $400 to $600 to repair a car air conditioner, and you save $300 or $400. And you can replace it anytime you want to. And you need somebody who's going to be, know how to do that. And then you can share this information for each kind of model of a car. You have a little procedure sheet of how to mount it, and you distribute this among these properties so that they know how to do each model, or possibly have it on a website, and just let anybody have it who wants it. But make sure that you know how to defend originals and distribute copies, okay? So that's the key. And let me see, there was something I wanted to, oh yes, you need a, what is it? They sell them at Love's Truck Stops. They're inverters. They plug into your cigarette lighter, and that's what you plug the air conditioner into. Now you might want to run that through the fuse box, depending on the electric demand, but you would want to work that out, or have somebody donate their expertise to a nonprofit corporation, preferably a local diocese or someone where they can get a tax deduction for their donation of knowledge, where they write a little report for you and show you how to do that, and you post that on the website I was talking about earlier, or distribute it to those properties. Okay, so that's how you do that. And then you can even carry spare batteries, because that motor generator, where you convert a gas electric generator to a electric generator, also works with car batteries. So if you have a car battery set up in any vehicle, you can have battery chargers permanently mounted on that, and you use a box, or it's a battery terminal thing that you mount on there, and it hooks up to the battery charger, and it goes through a multimeter switch, and when your battery reaches a certain level as it's being drained, it turns a switch on and charges your battery from the other batteries, and you need a inverter on each battery, I'm supposing, but you would have to check with, and maybe multiple battery chargers, and the battery chargers sell for like $80 at your local auto parts store. And so that's how you set that up. That all goes on a plate that you mount under the car in the undercarriage, and you can also use that for the electric car conversion so that you don't need any gas. When you do that, you can remove the motor and the transmission possibly. And the problem I ran into with that was that the accelerator, I would change the brakes from, there would be electric trailer brakes on the car, and the accelerator, I was looking for a pedal for the accelerator, and the one I had was a sewing machine pedal, but I'm not sure if it'll work, and I'm too old to do this I'm too old to climb under a car to do this. I'm 58 years old, so I'm just putting this on a video so that you can see it. And there are all your components, and once you remove you can still use the transmission and mount that motor on the transmission, or mount that motor on the engine when you take the heads off and remove the pistons, and so that you don't have to put any oil in it, and you use the camshaft. And that's the first video that was on the YouTube for electric car conversions, and you use the drive chain and the transmission without doing a ton of work. All you do is take off the valve covers. You could leave those on there, I guess, but you'd still have to put oil in it, and it would be an undue drag. It would be an undue drag on the camshaft to keep those pistons in there. But you would have a garage there, and that's the whole idea. And it would be real cheap, and you could even have cars ready on your lot. Okay, so if you have an attorney, have them look at this video and decide what you want to do. There's a friend of mine in New Mexico that's a police officer who used to be married to Kelly LeBrock. Kelly LeBrock. She made Blinded by Science movie, and make sure he gets a copy. Make sure he sees this video, and he can distribute that among what we want to call our police, but that's the term, that's not the actuality, that's not actually what is true, but we want that term known, which is our police. And we're talking about traveling in motorhomes or cars, and it involves a lot of different things, including Will Smith's movie. I don't know if it's Independence Day, and you might want to look over those films as we're trying to work this out for celebrity nations or celebrity people. Celebrity nations. We have now nations. We have celebrity nations. We have global entertainment as a nation. And with the court case I'm going through in Jeanette, we should have, when that's over, a precedent for diplomatic license plates. And that is for everyone that has or is involved in these nonprofit corporations, where the basic primary principle is that a devil's government cannot disenfranchise a God's government. Any God's government. Okay, so you get the principle, you understand what I'm talking about, and here's your video, and I'm going to post it now, okay?